David here, and today we're going to be talking about brand marketing. Let's get into it. So, what is the essence of branding? Brand is everything. Well, consumers have infinite choice, and the question is, why should they trust your brand that they've never heard of to take them from who they are today to who they want to be? That's really what your brand is. Your brand is a vehicle to take a consumer from their present state to their future state. And your brand articulates how they should get from their present state to their future state. Let's think about cars. You can get from one place to another in a Hyundai Ioniq or a Maserati. The choice that you make is largely defined by who you see yourself as. And so your brand needs to clearly mirror the consumer. We all wake up every single day and we look in the mirror and we tell ourselves a story. And your brand should be so specific that it fits within the story that consumer tells themselves about their life. This is all emotion, right? It's all about, how do I feel when I come in contact with your brand? How does the story about the brand make me feel? And then if I decide to buy this product, how do people experience me through the product? If I get a new hat, what's the story about the hat and why I'm wearing it? And what makes me cool because I'm wearing this hat? And that's what your brand is. So what's the purpose of a brand strategy? The purpose of a brand strategy really is to understand who are the people in the market who want your brand, and what do you say? And so it's almost like this Venn diagram of the overlap between who the potential customer is and the things that your brand stands for. Think of your brand as wanting to be in relationship with the consumer. And so whenever we're starting a new relationship, we seek to find those commonalities of, oh, you like running? I like running. Oh, you like things that are really soft and make you feel comfy? I like that. Oh, you're sarcastic? My brand is sarcastic. Oh, you like to go to the extreme? My brand likes to go to the extreme. That is brand strategy. And that's why it's so important, because you're building a relationship. If you don't have that relationship, there's going to be another company that has thought about the customer in that way. So we have to find the right people, and we have to understand what they want, and we have to match what our brand is to their wants and needs. How do we do that? That's all about research. You really want to look in three places. The first place you want to look is Google Trends. So what are people broadly searching about around your product or your industry? And you want to go to Google Trends. You want to drill down into that. The second place that you want to look is on Amazon and Etsy. People are leaving comments about the things that they like and they don't like, and they describe what their experience is like with the product. And then finally, YouTube and other social media platforms, but mainly YouTube, because you have a lot of people who are sharing videos about certain products, and then going down into the comment section and hearing what other people's questions are about the product and what their experiences were with the product as well. So those are three places where you can do research to find what your customers are looking for when they're looking for the type of product that you're offering. Now, our job is to build a strong enough relationship so that we earn the right to be curated into a consumer's life. As customers, we're curating and choosing the things that we get to put in our life every single day. So how does your brand earn a spot in someone's life? You have to think about, what are the other things in that person's life? Is it a certain type of purse? Or is it consumer counterculture? Are they with culture, or they want to fit in? You have to think about psychology of the things that person is curating their life with. What are the videos that they're watching? What are the books that they're reading? What's the music that they're listening to? Think about all that stuff. And then about how your product matches all of those pieces that fit into their life. A lot of times when you say brand, people do think, okay, what's the logo look like? Or what's your color scheme? That comes second to your brand story. But the reason why those aspects are important is because from a visual perspective, it helps the consumer feel your brand is familiar to the other things that they like and they curate. Whole Foods and Starbucks are deep green, woodsy, natural, and that attracts certain people. Taco Bell is purple. McDonald's is red and yellow. Walmart is yellow and blue. So these are more basic, more mainstream colors. They're meant to be simple. And so the colors that you use and your brand identity are just another way to quickly say, hey, this is a safe space and our brand is familiar to what you're used to. But once we've defined our brand and what the promise is to take a consumer from their current state to their future state, and we've done the research about the things that they are curating their life with, and we identify how our brand and our brand story overlaps with those things that consumer wants, then we have to think about brand awareness. How do we get our brand out there in today's social media landscape? The first way to do that is just show up and be authentic. Because if your brand is authentic, then it's just going to attract people who are seeking authenticity, and all consumers are seeking that today. You want to talk about, why does your brand exist? What made you think about starting the brand? What is the purpose of it? What is the world that your brand wants to create? Does your brand stand for pushing the limits? Does your brand stand for style? You want to tell that story. And that's a core of how you drive brand awareness. Because if you show up and you tell authentic story, there are going to be people who take to that. The second aspect of brand awareness is consistency. Think about brand awareness as it's literally your job to show up on a daily basis. It's your job to say, I'm here. I care about the same things you care about. Let's talk about that. Let me share something that I care about, that you like and you care about. So show up daily across social channels to build that relationship with your customers. And that's not by putting up glitzy photos. It's by just showing up and being real and being interesting. The third way is by borrowing authority. How do you get covered by press and media? Partner with influencers or creators who can tell your brand story into their audience. Partner with podcasters or people who are showing up and looking for content and looking for interesting stories. Share your story and your why, so the podcaster thinks, oh, this is a cool story for me to tell. And then finally, there's always paid media, right? So there's, you can pay Facebook and Google and TikTok to show your content to consumers. So you need to think about, okay, what resonates with these audiences? And you need to know that ahead of time, or else you'll just be dumping a ton of money down the drain, because you're going to be creating content that you think is an ad that people should just click on and engage with. So you still need to have that essence that you got to understand, what type of vehicle is your brand? What transition is it moving the customer through? Then you have to think about the consumer, who is always thinking about, what should be in my life today to help me get from where I am today to tomorrow? And how does my brand overlap with that consumer's interests? What else are they looking at? And how do I tell my story in a way that resonates with our potential customers? To do that, you do have to do research. You've got to immerse yourself in what people are talking about in relation to what your customer is interested in. And then finally, show up day after day in an authentic way and share experiences with your potential customers on social media. And those are the simple elements of brand marketing strategy. If this video was helpful for you, hit the subscribe button below. If you like this video, like so that other people can see it. Talk to you guys soon.